Good morning, White Sox fans. I'm Jim Margulis, and this is your White Sox wake-up call for August 29th, 2023. The White Sox went from playing the worst team in baseball over the weekend to the best team in the American League on Monday, and what we learned is strength of schedule makes a difference. The Baltimore Orioles blanked the White Sox 9-0, and it felt like 9-0 when it was 4-0. Luis Robert Jr. had the only 2 hits for the White Sox. One was a double that would have been a homer in 23 of 30 MLB parks, but ended up hitting low off the recessed left field at Camden Yards, and the other was a single that was immediately erased by an Eloy Jimenez double play. Meanwhile, Michael Kopech started, which is to say he labored. He escaped a second inning jam by stranding runners on second and third with a ground out and 2 strikeouts, but it didn't generate any momentum. Instead, there were just more jams, and the Orioles scored 2 runs in the third and 2 more in the fourth. The Orioles beat him with some soft contact in the third inning, but the fourth inning showed how Kopech hurts himself. He issued a 1-out walk to Ryan McKenna, who stole second without a throw. Then he took third in a deep flyout by Adley Rutschman, which mattered when Kopech spiked a wild pitch past Corey Lee for a 3-0 game. With the bases now empty, the cycle repeated. Kopech walked Gunnar Henderson, who stole second. After Kopech backfilled first base with a walk, Ryan Mountcastle shot a single to center to score Henderson to make it 4-0. That's where the score stood until the 8th inning, when Edgar Navarro was forced to wear it. He gave up 5 runs over the course of his inning, including a 3-run homer by Anthony Santander that made it a laugher. Only 2 White Sox came out of this game in better shape than they entered it. One was Robert, who went 2 for 3 and also made a tremendous diving catch in left center field before Pedro Grifol pinch hit Trace Thompson for him to end the game. The other was Sammy Peralta, who threw 3 scoreless hitless innings of relief after taking over for Kopech in the 5th. He threw 43 pitches over his 3 innings, which is roughly 14 per. Kopech and Navarro averaged 26 between them in the other 5. I see no reason not to expect more of the same when the White Sox and Orioles meet again tonight. It'll be Jesse Scholtens against Dean Kremer. Scholtens has given up 5 runs in each of his last 2 starts and to a pair of inferior offenses, while Kremer enters this one with 3 consecutive quality starts, including 6 shutout innings against Toronto his last time out. First pitch is at 6:05 p.m. Central on NBC Sports Chicago. Before we get to non-White Sox subjects, there have been updates on the bleacher shootings, but not a whole lot of clarity. However, Chicago police said investigators have essentially ruled out the possibility of the shot coming from outside guaranteed right field, calling it, quote, something we've almost completely dispelled, unquote.
There's no I in team, but there is one in Indeed, and that's the hiring platform that you need to build yours. When you're hiring, you need Indeed. Instead of spending hours on multiple job sites searching for candidates with the right skills, Indeed's a powerful hiring platform that can help you do it all. One of the things I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because Indeed does the hard work for you. They show you the candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your description immediately after you post so you can hire faster. Join more than 3 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/Blue Wire Sports. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/Blue Wire Sports. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire Sports, and support the show by saying that you heard it on this podcast. Indeed.com/Blue Wire Sports. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Down on the farm, the White Sox affiliates were all off on Monday as usual, but some rosters will look different when play resumes tonight, especially in the rotations. Christian Mena and Nick Nastrini are heading from Birmingham to Charlotte, while Mason Adams is jumping from Winston-Salem to Birmingham, which will be the 3rd level for last year's 13th round pick. In Kannapolis, we'll see if George Wolkow, Ryan Burroughs, and Ronnie Hernandez come off the development list. They should be eligible to do so on Tuesday if the Sox have designs on playing them. As for the upcoming week, Charlotte will play the Jumbo Shrimp in Jacksonville, the Barons host the Montgomery Biscuits, the Dash play Rome at home, and the Cannonballers wrap up their home schedule with the series against Fayetteville. Around the league, in a week of important series with postseason implications, a few individual performances stole the show. Jose Altuve hit for the cycle in Houston's 12-5 victory against the Red Sox, while Royce Lewis hit a grand slam for a second consecutive game, which represented the margin of victory in the Twins' 10-6 win over the Cleveland Guardians. Minnesota now leads the AL Central by 7 games, so it's almost time to call it. The Milwaukee Brewers jumped Jameson Taillon en route to a 6-2 victory over the Cubs, so Milwaukee has now won 9 in a row, and they extended their lead in the NL Central to 5 games. The Rangers snapped their 8-game losing streak with the 4-3 victory over the Mets, while the Mariners shut out Oakland 7-0, so every team in the AL West held serve, and Seattle still holds a 1-game lead over Texas and Houston. The Phillies won their 4th consecutive game with a 6-4 victory over the Angels as Lucas Giolito struggles continue. He gave up 5 runs over 5 2/3 innings, walking 4 and giving up 3 homers. The San Francisco Giants beat the Cincinnati Reds in the first of 3 games for the 2 teams on the wild card bubble, and the Giants drew within a half game of the Diamondbacks, who lost to the Dodgers 7-4. In a game without postseason implications, Ronald Acuna Jr. stole his 60th base of the season in the Braves' 14-4 victory over the Rockies in Colorado. He also had to endure an encounter with 3 fans who rushed out to him in center field during the game. The first one wanted to take a selfie apparently, but Acuna ended up getting knocked down as the other fans and security guards converged on him. If nothing else, it's nice to have another team knock the White Sox out of scary security news for a night. That'll do it for this edition of the White Sox Wake Up Call. Visit SoxMachine.com to talk about the game, and we'll also be discussing Michael Kopech's future as a starter, or lack thereof. If you are new to the Sox Machine podcast, you can subscribe to us wherever podcasts are found, and if you like what you hear and want to help what we do, you can do so at patreon.com/SoxMachine. Supporters get an ad-free version of the site and show with bonus content on both for as little as $2 a month, with savings on an annual plan. Thanks for listening to the Sox Machine podcast. For SoxMachine.com, I'm Jim Margulis.